Let me turn that off. Let me turn on our background music, which is not playing. That's cool. There we go. You're a little dramatic, aren't you? How about you? How about you? Just do a random sound effect.
This is totally illegal what I'm doing to you.
That's probably fine, because that's usually a pretty low sound effect anyways. Alright, let's get into the game. The next mission that we have to do in Powerwash Simulator is the Clean the Shoe House. That's the next mission in the main missions of the game. I need to do this because I need to get a few more stars. What in the hell is this music? I really hate that noise. Congratulations, you've just been dropped for lo-fi beats. There we go. Good lord with that. Alright. Let's clean the shoe house. This is a letter from Martha Hubbard from the Great River County National Park. It reads, "Thank you so much for helping. Ain't you a sugar? As nice as it is having our play school in the forest, it does leave it open to the elements, and the poor thing's now so mucky it's starting to rub off on the children. In the old days, we used to fill a few buckets, and the children would do it themselves, top to bottom. Such fun, and most of them came to no harm. Nowadays, they're not even allowed on the roof, never mind down the guttering, before the parents get all angsty. If you could just come down and give it a good wash down, that would be wonderful." We're getting $450 from this? That's actually wonderful itself. I mean, I say wonderful. Let me actually get in there before I say this. How big is this? It's not super big. Let me see. I need to get the, oh, where's the soul? I need to leave the soul for the very last, for the achievements. So I need to remember not to do the soul. I'm looking forward to getting this one done, so then I can upgrade my power wash gun to be even more powerful. I've been doing the Lara Croft Mansion DLC house, which is an awful map, all things considered. I don't like it. It's easily the most boring power wash map I've ever seen in my life. Not a fan. No disrespect to the map creators, but it's a wonderful map, you know, for being a mansion, not for exciting power wash gameplay. Fortunately, they didn't ask me, so that is a map that I've been working on off screen. What are you making? I am on... Hello, Strategic. What's going on? I am on a shoe. I'm on a big shoe. Take a look at the overview here of the house. Is what I'm working on. Right now, I'm on the roof of the shoe. So we are doing a... are you aware of the... You know, old Mother Hubbard. That's a fairy tale. I don't think it's the fairy tale I'm thinking of. What is the one about the shoe? Kitty, you were talking about it earlier. I don't remember. Was it old Mother Hubbard? Lived in a shoe? Something like that? Something along those lines? I have a feeling this one's not going to be nearly as... what's the word I'm looking for? Annoying as the playground was. I mean, the playground was a good map, but I got so upset with the playground being as dirty as it was. It's like, guys, I guess I should be upset about the house too, but at least this house is in the middle of nature. It does look like a Mickey shoe. It looks like a Sora. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. Yeah. And sat on a tuppet and ate curds and whey. At least this looks like it could have gone through like a hurricane or something. The park that we did was so obviously neglected in every way that it's like somebody is. Whoa, wait. Martha Hubbard, you got a stinky butt. Okay. Thanks, Martha. Thanks for the update. I have a feeling one of the kids at the school got a hold of her phone there. Either that or Martha is bored at work and, like everyone else who hires this power washer, has decided that we're new besties. Kind of a weird intro. Kind of a weird opener. You're a stinky butt is not something most people would do. So we're good at washing shoes. I mean, I'm 25% done in a hot 5 minutes, so I don't know. That one to me sounds like a misread on the old 8-ball there. I'm pretty rocking at washing a shoe. I'm leaving the sole for last, so I can get that last achievement. Also, I really need that the better power washer, because some of this window grime is not going away very easily. Oh, look, it's the rainbow tunnel from the old Imagination. Oh, look how grainy it is. That makes me nostalgic. If you hadn't been to the old Imageworks at Journey into Imagination, there was just this really cool area. Well, it's, of course, I mean, it's not random, it's telling the future. That's what 8-balls do. I'm leaving the grimy, gross sole of the shoe for last. No, get up there. I don't want to have to get the stupid ladder, but I guess I'll get it. Actually, I can just go up this way, can't I? There we go. Are your responses random? That's what it said. Twitch has been glitching a little bit lately, although, knock on wood, it has not, hasn't dropped out yet. Would you live in a shoe? Would I live in, like, this shoe? Like, I don't know. I mean, is the shoe fully furnished? Then, yeah, I'm gonna... I keep freezing on you. Lower your bit rate. If you click on the little cog, I don't know if you're on mobile or on a computer, but if you click on the little cog, you might be able to lower the bit rate, and it might give you a slightly lower quality, but you might have less freezing. Alternatively, refresh your screen. You don't know why you like this game, but you do. It's a very calming game, Kitty. It's a very relaxing, peaceful, chill sort of game. If you like, Kitty, we can get it for the... I don't know if you wanted to actually do it, but we could get it for the Switch. Alternatively, we could just chill and watch it. I don't know if it's more your speed of something you would actually like to do. That said, it's kind of like you said, like in a reverse coloring book. It feels like instead of painting a house, you're, de-griming it. It feels like we're doing a HD TV. You're back. Welcome back. Did it work? Yeah, F5 usually helps. Alternatively, that's what I was asking. Did refreshing the stream fix it? Also, it looks like I've already got 1 star. Nice. Alright, we're 35% done. Start to get the stragglers over here before I move on. It's a little bit of wooden trim to do before I move up. I have this tendency of like moving on before I actually finish what I'm doing, which is horribly inefficient. So how was everyone's weekend? It was wonderful, Kitty. I other than barfing 4 times, which was not my intention. It was not my. I don't know if that's TMI, but I already said it, and here we are. So losing to Russian roulette is for chumps. Bye. I think I tested it like 3 times before the stream, so it had like almost no bullets in it. Gotta remember, I don't like actually throwing up. Oh, I gotta stop doing the soul. There we go. It's actually not something I'm really fond of. I'm gonna be honest. Thought about it, and I not a fan. How was your weekend, Kitty? I get to go back to work tomorrow. Yay. Yeah, these windows have some caked on grime. Like, they are not responding very well to the yellow jet of water. This one is pretty good at taking care of almost everything. But some of this grime is putting up quite a fight. My 3-day weekend, I did, I did. My throat's a little scratchy. It's not from being sick. It's from the aforementioned barfing. Also, dog. But other than that, it was very fun. It was very restful and relaxing. I want a yogurt tube is my new text message from Martha. Somebody needs to get this kid away from this woman's phone, because I don't mind. I'm used to people, I'm used to strangers texting me while on the power washing job, but eventually one of these kids is going to, like, spam the wrong person and tell some lawyer or something like, I want yogurt. Johnny bit me. I ate his yogurt. Okay, please, can someone, Martha, please get your phone back. Your munchkins are having a field day with your phone. Yeah, some of this, like this window, just absolutely caked on. How did you like Medieval Times, Kitty? What was your favorite part? I love that whenever we go to Medieval Times and whenever we see the knights do their little shindig, our knight always loses instantly. It's like it's not even a real contest. It's like they conspire to give us the knight that's going to instantly dive upon their sword. Metaphorically speaking, of course. I mean, I don't mean to complain, But this is the second time where they've arbitrarily given us a tribalist stance of, hey, you're here for dinner. We want you to take an arbitrary hatred towards the people across from you. And then both times that in recent memory, I'm pretty sure I've been there more than twice. We got a dud night. We got the dud. You bet some people thought the knights were attractive. I mean, you know, objectively speaking, they were attractive. Like, you can't deny those were some hunkin' men. Really doesn't matter who wins, but I bet those in the premium seats have the reigning champion. You think so? Oh, I didn't even think about that. No way. No way. No way. No. There were VIPs in the blue section, weren't there? We were in the blue section. No way. That's really lame. So, if you paid more, your knight would win. I need to check the medieval times site. So what am I doing? Let me take this thing. There we go. There's no... That's so sad. That would be... The fact that if you pay a little extra money, then you would be in a section that wins? What is what? The ladder thing? It's just a little ladder you can move around. It lets you get up a little higher. Well, yeah, we're a professional power washing company. We only do the best. You could be speculating. I'm almost certain that there were blue VIPs. I could be wrong. Although, honestly, I don't know what would really be special. Every stage had a VIP, I thought. Doc, we found an old mucky thing in our garage. Let us know when you're free to come and give it a wash. I'm going poop. Excellent. They called up the VIPs before the regulars. They did, but, I mean, so what? I mean, they called them up, but we had some of the best seats in the house. What's happening? Character was freaking out there for a second. So it's like, just because they boarded a little earlier, or they went in a little earlier, I don't see how that would be a VIP. I don't remember what the VIP experience was. Like, I know part of the VIP experience, obviously you get to go in first before the other groups. And maybe to some people that's a big deal. I don't know. Since the seats are pretty much, you know, they're assigned anyways. Wish you could have upgraded so we could have at least had flags. Is that why we didn't have flags? Because we didn't pay some extra money? I was wondering why we didn't have flags. I mean, we didn't really need flags per se, but I was wondering what the flag, you know, what made the flag part special. I'm definitely going to not do the soul because I really don't want to have to redo this map for an achievement, because this map, the grime on this map is a little irritating. Maybe it won't be so bad with the next upgrade. You also get your name in the crowd. Do they say your name? I won't hold you to it, kitty. Don't worry. In case, you know, that's not correct, I promise I won't be here to call you a liar. It's like, let's say Jordan the Dragon Slayer or something. I know that, like, let me think. I mean, yeah, I guess. But there was a lot of people who are VIPs, though. And they didn't say that many names. Maybe only if you had a special event. Because we had a birthday event. And we didn't get our name read out. I imagine they have a lot of birthdays going. Like, if they mentioned everybody's birthday, it would probably be the entire night. So maybe that's like the VIP section. Like, you don't get Sir Reginald, Duke of Chutney, reading your name out unless you give him an extra tenner, as it were. How much was the upgraded package? Was it like... I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm just curious. Because honestly, I think we had a fantastic experience. You know, barfing aside, I think it was wonderful. It's a fun show. Also, 69%. So close. On the plus side, even though I haven't had the stars, I think having to redo all of the stupid Final Fantasy VII has given me more than enough money for the next gun, which is nice. We're not nice yet, but we're getting there. We are so close to 69%. There it is! There it is! That calls for a bunger button. Bunger. I need to get rid of that. I need to get rid of that one. The boom. Let's have another bunger button. Bunger? Bunger, 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 bunger. That's what I'm talking about. Bunger. Bunger. Bunger, 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 bunger. Bunger, bunger, bunger. Part of me wants to play Bug Snacks again, but I don't want to play Bug Snacks again. You know that feeling? Like, I wish I could play Bug Snacks again for the first time. Oh, I had an idea. This is completely unrelated. So I had a thought. I kind of want to play a old game like I know really well, like I don't know, Chrono Trigger or Final Fantasy VI or something. But that was a loud but. Sorry. But the twist would be I want to do it in, say, Spanish. Because I have some of these games practically memorized. So I would think it would be kind of interesting to sort of play through the game and, you know, get better at, you know, reading comprehension in another I have the best words. The best words, Elon. In another language. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but it's the idea I had, and I'm sticking with it. You played Bug Snacks. What are your thoughts on Bunger? Bunger? Bunger. Bunger, 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 bunger. I like bungers. That's what I'm thinking. Like a game you just know so well, and by you I mean me, that I would have absolutely no problem whatsoever playing the game. And we might learn a little Spanish along the way. I don't know. I'm thinking. Got a barbecue bunger. Barbecue bungers were fun. I like the chili bungers. Bunga bunga bunger. They were just a fun bug snack because all you had to do was just run in front of them and they would like ram into other things. Anyways, that's not happening anytime soon because my schedule for the next few months is pretty well packed. Which means Hades 2 will probably put out an update and throw everything out of sync. I think my favorite bug snacks was the big Mothra, the big pizza moth. I don't remember if I had a different opinion before, but that was my favorite opinion at the time. And by the time, I mean now. Sorry, I'm focused on these stairs. I'm like that. Where are we now in the bottom? What do you mean? What are you now? You were anime girls? Duo, where am I? See what you are. Or who am I? Excuse me. Here, I'll even do it for you. There you go. You're Animal Crossing critters. You're one of the terrible frogs. I don't think that they're all there. I want this wall done, and I want to stop doing soul. I know that Anka is there, and I think KK is there. There's like a lot of them, but they aren't all there. I don't think. There's definitely not 400, that's for sure. Which I think is the amount of Animal Crossing characters there are. You're cute? What are you, kitty? What are you? Kitty shoutouts. Oh, you're some sort of bunny critter. That is adorable. Had I known it was not all of them, I might have added a few extra things, but that's fine. We'll see how that works for a while. The anime slime girls were fine. I got bored. I have this thing where I tend to get bored of things relatively quickly on stream, so it's like you got to keep things relatively, you got to switch things up. You can't, you can't get yourself typecasted as the guy who with the anime slime ladies on the bottom. Yeah, it's 2024. Inclusion is a key. We can do everything together now, which is great. How are we doing on this wall? We're almost 75% done on this wall. Very carefully ignoring the gross, slimy soul at the bottom. Oops. Hi there. At the soul at the bottom. You know what would be a good tier list? Fast foods. Like, which is the best of the fast foods? The problem is there's so many fast foods that, like, I bet you I'd have to make my own, because all of the current fast foods, like, all the different fast foods, like, on the, like, if you go to the tier maker, they're gonna have things like, you know, Shake Shack, like stuff that's just not around in Central Florida. Chick-fil-A is S. Well, I'm not, you know, I'm not spoiling any of my opinions right at the moment, but I gotta put that on there. God, when am I even gonna put that? Maybe I'll chump that into November, like around Thanksgiving time. That would be fun. What's your favorite fast food? If you could have one fast food, which would include everything on the fast food menu, like you have been dropped off on the island with Tom Hanks on Castaway. There is one building on it. It's this shoe. This shoe dispenses, you know, it is the island version of your favorite franchise that has the menu available of all the menu items from that franchise. What restaurant is it for you? Thank you, Willow. Your opinion has been noted. Chick-fil-A, like you said it was S tier, but you got to think about it. Like, if you have, and hear me out here, I love Chick-fil-A. I don't mean to, I don't mean to spoil any of my opinions now, but Chick-fil-A might be a hot S tier. But here's the thing. You got to think, what am I not going to get tired of? What you have this is your only food on this island for the rest of your life. It has to be what can be colloquially, I hate this word, what can be regionally described as fast food. Taco Bell will destroy your stomach. That is a fair statement. And Taco Bell is hilariously guilty of tasting the same no matter what you get. Why is the chat covering up your last comment? The chat has changed a little bit, so the chat location of where your chat bubble shows up is random. So it pops up in a sort of bubble, like a pop-up video from like VH1. You remember that? Remember the little callback I did with the little boop, 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 boop. So it won't necessarily cover up something, but it won't necessarily not. You know what I mean? I'm so sorry about that. Charlie found my phone. Yeah, I know. He told me that he was pooping. You're well aware of pop-up videos. Excellent. Then you know what I'm getting at. There's the option to put it all over the screen, but I thought that would be a little much, so I set it just for the top right. I've been changing all sorts of stuff, but only for the good. I think the stream looks great. But I think this is channel... Is this channel 800? No, 524. Channel 800 is like a weird cat one, I think. Like a cat sucking on a bottle. Alright, let's get the roof while we're up here. How are we looking on time? I think we'll be able to finish this by the break. And then I will be able to get the new sprayer, and maybe I'll finish up the terrible Lara Croft mansion while we're here. Just not a fun map, but I did do all of the terrible parts except for the fountain up front. I've left that for last. How's this looking? This is looking real good. Remember when we got here, how much garbage this looked? Can you give me 40 roar points? You want to test something? I can't give you any, but I can refund you some points. Here, I can give Kitty some points too. You know what? Here. Everyone gets their points back. Thanks for being here. That's my thank you for being here. Everyone gets refunded. Also, now I'm on the wrong screen. There we go. I'm preparing for something loud. Is something loud gonna happen? It didn't work. What'd you do? What do you mean? I don't have any reward requests. You should have gotten your points back. You wanted Willow to talk about fun facts. What do you mean? You wanted Willow to say the fun facts? Or you wanted to do a fun facts? I'm confused. Is this roof done? This roof's looking good. 91% done. What's left? Let's grab this roof underside.
I wanted to do both at the same time.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. That's a Twitch thing. You could... You know, actually, maybe on break, it's... Fun Facts is supposed to read out the fun facts as a text-to-speech, but I think I need to fix it. And it's a pretty easy fix. You could run Fun Facts, copy and paste it. Yeah, there you go. That's... Now we're cooking with gas. You have almost $3,000. What does Sprawl always do? What do you mean? You can't copy and paste? Why not? Here, you want me to do it? Here. Text to speech.
Approximately 100,000 people get married in Las Vegas each year.
I'm not gonna do that a lot, but I'll do it. I'll do it for now. Also, what do you mean, Kitty? What does he always do? Oh, he does the. I see what Strategic was trying to do.
Do not come. Do not come.
Do not come. I'm gonna come. Woo! I'm gonna do it. Window frame, window door. We're getting so close on this. Door frame. Like, what do we have left? Other than soul. Oh man, look at this. We are so close. We're leaving the soul for last. Let's get the wall. Which wall is left? Oh wow, that one window is not even touched. Oh, this whole side isn't even touched. What are we doing? Come on, come over here. Stupid ladder's in the way. You get over here, please. Actually, fine. Go over there. Anywhere but where I'm at, please. Thank you. Perfect. I was doing my schedule for November, and I got to my Tuesday schedule, and I'm like, huh, should I stream on election day? And then I immediately decided against it. I'm like, nope, not doing that. So that will be streaming on a different day that week. Oh, that's not your boot. This boot belongs to Martha Hubbard, whose son really had to poop and told me about it over text. Which honestly, it's just a little adorable. Kids say the darndest things. So, hello. There we go. Like, what am I missing? It's always like, what's underneath the roof? I always stress myself on election night. I mean, to be fair, I'm not the only one. I am in good company, I believe, but it's not really good for anybody. I'd say that's a drowned sorrows kind of night, but see, the last time I drowned, well, I didn't drown my sorrows, but the last time I imbibed alcohol, I barfed 4 times, as previously mentioned. So I don't recommend that. It's gonna be a night I just go to sleep at like 6 p.m. Because otherwise I'll just be tempted to check. Or, even worse, I know you'll want to check. At least historically, that's you've wanted to know. And I will feel... You'll either feel obligated to tell me, or I'll feel like I'll want to ask, and it's like, it's just too much pressure. It's like, you know... You get out of here. But we still have several months before that. And in November, yeah, I just won't stream that night, I think. I don't think there's anything good that will come of me streaming on November 5th.
Wait a minute. I would never trick my husband.
I would never trick my husband. What else do we have? Are we almost done? Soul? No, we have wooden box. Where are you? Oh god. Yeah, you're real dirty. I hope they don't mind me power washing the absolute hell out of their plants. Wooden trims. What else? Washing their flowers. I'm basically sandblasting their flowers, but you know what? With the condition of this house, honestly, probably doing these plants a favor. I like how she was like, she sent out the kids with like a bucket. It's like, lady, no. You obviously need something more than, 3 munchkins with a bucket, because this is disgusting. Wooden trims, one more. Plants watered. Yeah, their plants they're looking really good, all things considered. They're looking nice and watered and not dead, which is more than they deserve, the way I've been power washing the hell out of them. Hello, Phelan. How you doing? Where is... Oh, here it is. The wooden trim I've been looking for. Huh. Huh. Perfect. Some weird physics in this game. You like the yellow house? Well, the yellow house is a, it's a shoe, kitty. What is an eyelet? Would you live in a shoe, kitty? I don't think I adequately answered the question from earlier, if I would live in a shoe. And the answer is, as long as I had a, as long as I have an actual place that I can have our own, and a streaming area, and a good bedroom, then the outside of the house means less than nothing to me. Could not care. Yeah, these plants are suffocating for sunlight, for anything other than just grit and grime and grease. I don't know what an eyelet is, and I don't see any flashing. Well, now I do. And boot walls. This boot wall. I see you somewhere. There we go. Alright, soul is last. Excellent. We did it. Not a used shoe. I mean, obviously, it would have to be like a clean shoe. So it would... presumably, the shoe has never been used as a shoe. Yeah, I mean, if the shoe has the basic quality of life requirements that I am accustomed to, yeah, I'll live in the shoe. I don't care. That's fine. Honestly, it's quirky. It makes a statement. It would probably piss off our HOA. That would be fun. You know, as long as it's big enough for our needs and has the adequate things we need. So that's what it's called, an eyelet. Good to know. I've never had a reason to know what the thing that the laces are in a shoe, the thing that the laces go through. The more you know. You learn a little every day. Perfect. Complete the soul of the shoe house last. Hello, our forest home puts the grot into grotto. Ha ha. I couldn't read it in time. Let's watch this. That's cool. Look at how inefficient this is. I'm just all over this stupid house. So now that I have 40 stars, I'm able to get a new thing here, a new actual power washer. Allegedly, our HOA has like no power anymore, according to like a new Florida law. But I also saw like a news report thing that said that there were some HOAs that were telling people like, look, the new law doesn't apply because we say so. Suck it up. So I'm like, well, sucks. Our HOA is not really a huge issue. They don't really bother us very much. We need a prime vista. Actually, no, we need a prime vista 3000. That's what we need. Where's the 3000? I don't need the soap nozzle. I want the long extension. And I want the 3000 short extension and the turbo nozzle. There we go. The only interaction we've ever really had with our HOA has been getting them to give us the pool key that we need to get into the community pool, which we don't even really use all that often. And I think they sent us like an angry gram like 6 years ago because our grass was too long, which to be fair, it was like really long. It is 1 hour exactly, so it is perfect timing. We are going to take a quick break. I will be right back in 3 minutes. Stretch your legs. I'll be right back. Boop. I'm back. All right. So I just bought the new power upgrade that I said I would. And now I'm going to hop over to the Tomb Raider map as promised. So this is the Croft Mansion. I'm not going to read the backstory. It's Laura Croft Laura Croft's butler wants her mansion washed. There's your backstory. The mansion is insanely boring. It's super big, and it's basically this wall repeated over and over and over and over and over again. And then you have this tower area, which is slightly different, but at the end of the day, it's still just the same old thing. So I did all of this, and it was really dull, and you missed nothing. But I figured it would only be right that we, document everything as best as possible. So I saved this area over here, this fountain. I saved this for stream. So we'll take a peek at the Laura Croft Mansion map a little bit. Just this last section. You trust me when I say you miss nothing. Now, part of me wishes that I'd waited to do all of this till after I got the upgrade, because this thing is absolutely slicing through dirt. Like, it is not even a question, and I am digging it. I'm actually looking forward to checking out some of the DLC maps, but part of me thinks I should probably continue with the main maps until we get some more of those stars. That said, it all is money that will add up. I think I need like $9,000 until to unlock the last of the upgrades, and quite frankly, I don't have that. So I'm going to need to do quite a bit of power washing before I'm going to get that final upgrade. So regardless of whether I get things with that give stars, or whether just the DLCs, it's not a big deal. I will eventually unlock them. You know, I will get enough stars in due course. How much like just grit and grime down here. What else do we got? This place is going to look beautiful when I'm done with it, I gotta tell you. What is left? Where is all this dirt they seem to be finding? Come on. Oh, is it this down here? I'll come back for that. Part of me, every time I hear Lara Croft, part of me wants to, like, you know, there's like, what, 7 games in the Lara Croft series, and I have played, or I'll say that, I've attempted to play one of them, and I've said many times that I think the new Lara Croft games really border on, you know, snuff porn when it comes to actual gameplay. It feels gross playing the new, and I don't know if they're all like this, but the one that I played, I think it was like the Rise of the Tomb Raider, maybe. It felt, I didn't feel right playing it, and if I feel uncomfortable playing a game, that's not a good game. That's a bad game. And maybe I'm just oversensitive, but it felt like, from what I remember, that Lara Croft game was basically, how many different ways can we get Lara Croft hurt in 5 hours? Because it felt like she was, you know, she got to one area, and there's a branch shoved into her arm, and then she's yelling, and then, you know, and then she falls off of a cliff. There's so much falling. Falling is easy to do. Falling, you don't have to feel bad about being mean to a woman if you have her fall. That's super easy for developers to do. There's no ethical dilemma there. They have pretty Lara Croft, who is, you know, they want to make her, they want to do these terrible things to Lara Croft, but it would be morally insensitive to do these horrible things to Lara Croft. But they could just have her fall off of a mountain, and that works too. Admittedly, the original games were trial and error fest from what I've seen of blind playthroughs. Hello, Coyote. How are you doing? They wouldn't be completely blind, because I did play a little bit of Lara Croft back in the day, but they are, regardless of the whole thing I was talking about with the, you know, the snuff style. The early games were rough to play. They were aggressively difficult to actually get into, because they were very much tank controls the whole time. You're doing some wild tank controls. It's a 3D platformer, so if I remember, you had to do like blind jumps, like Mirror's Edge style blind jumps, which never super fun to do in a 3D platformer of any sort. Like our son says, that's buns. What now? What is it? What? That's buns? I'm unclear on the terminology. Am I too old? Like, my anaconda doesn't want none unless it's got buns, hun, kind of buns? Or, you know, Jersey Mike sells hot dogs now. You need a hot dog bun kind of bun. I'm not clear. Also, I'm about to hit 80% on this job, so I bet you either Laura Croft or her butler is about to give me a very stern talking to. Probably because I saved the fountain for last. I don't know. Because they can. Because the rich people are bored and they want to talk to me. Hurting Laura Croft is buns, aka sucks. Gotcha. Thank you. Thank you for the lesson in newfangled terminology. Hurting Laura Croft is par for the course with the series, but it's, let me put it this way, it's the way they were hurting Laura Croft more than anything. Everything is done and dusted. Everything is done and dusted over here in Egypt, and I'll be back in England to see your handiwork very soon. Here's my Laura Croft impression. If she doesn't like it, she's going to stab a stick through our arm. She learned that from the first game. I don't know. I don't really know if there's really a lot of payoff for playing the Laura Croft games in the year of our Lord 2024. I got other games I could play. I think that the Laura Croft Anniversary was like a redone version of the first game, and maybe that might be worth it, but other than the new games, which I have already explained why I'm not a huge fan, and the other games that controlled like tanks at best, I just maybe not worth it. Our next game that I will be starting this week is a old-timey retro RPG from the Super Nintendo series called Soul Blazer. I don't know if you've heard of it. I think at this point you're playing Laura Croft for Laura Croft herself, since if you want Indiana Jones games, Just Cause and La Milana exist now. Yeah, I guess. I feel like also one of my big issues with the new Laura Croft, it wasn't a big issue, but one of my confusion points with the new Laura Croft games was that they were such a wild departure from anything I remember Laura Croft ever doing before. Like, she, back in the olden games, in like the first game, she went to a place, did some puzzles, opened up a thing, some wolves come out, and she shoots them awkwardly with her pistol, and then you go to a new thing, and that repeats for like 9 levels. In the new Laura Croft, she gets into a river. I think she gets poisoned by like bacteria in the river, and they get into her wounds, and she's like shivering in pain, and the whole thing feels like a fan fiction from somebody deranged. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just got the bad impression from the first 6 hours of the game. Maybe it was 4. I don't remember, but it was too long. Apologies if I am giving the business to anyone's favorite Laura Croft video game, or just Laura Croft game and all, or just video game. If it is your favorite video game, I apologize. All games have merits. Almost all games have merit. I'm trying to think, is there any exceptions to the game, to the phrase all games have merit? And then my mind immediately falls on a few games that are like, yep, there are a few games that have absolutely no merit whatsoever. Like a few games that there was a game that I really liked a Let's Play of that referenced a very well-known event that happened in 97, 99. Anyways, it was a RPG Maker game that it's like I can't reasonably justify that game even existing anymore, let alone enjoying the terrible Let's Play that people did of it. Yick. What is that? I know there was a lot of controversy with the Yandere simulator. I don't know if that game ever had any actual merit or if it was just... It seemed like that game was more of a controversy simulator than anything. It's like... So much happened with that game that people talked about, but did it ever actually come out? One of those like Star Citizen sort of things. Why is this outer wall not? Where's all the grit? Can't find any grit. The number of births that occur in India each year is higher than the entire population of Australia. I see. That is a fun fact. A very bad 3D Earthbound nostalgia minor RPG that was half fan fiction about the conspiracy theories about a real life woman's tragic suicide. Jeez. That's another RPG maker. I think, and it's not RPG Maker's fault, but I think that if you give people an, you know, where'd I go? Hello. I think if you give people an easy avenue to you know, talk about themselves, to express their opinions, people are going to use it in the worst possible ways. Like I was, Kitty and I were watching there's a documentary on YouTube about cults in online MMOs, and they're talking about like Worlds.com, which was a very 1990s Second Life VR chat style website back in the day that's still around, I guess, because of it's a whole thing. Who cares? But the fact is, there's a bunch of stuff on that site that is terrible, because if you give people free reign to put whatever they want onto media that anybody can access, people are going to be terrible with it. People have terrible opinions, just in general. And if you make, it's like, that's why I guess is if you give somebody the opportunity to make something as easy as it is to write it down, as it is to make a video game, like it is with RPG Maker, it makes it very easy to make video games. Yeah, people are going to make horrible, racist, just thought reprehensible things. But, you know, freedom of speech, I guess. I don't know. I say that with air quotes. I don't feel like doing, because I'm looking for this last bit of grit. There's just like a tiny bit of grit left up here. There it is. $20 for that whole fountain top. Now that said, there have been quite a few games on RPG Maker people have made on the RPG Maker that have been excellent. I feel like I want to say Undertale started as an RPG Maker game. To the Moon was an RPG Maker game. To the Moon and all of its sequels. Trying to think of other ones. I'm sure there's more. You want us to find peace and love? You and me both, kitten. You and me both, my love. I don't think the world is ready for just peace and love for everybody yet. You know, I know I'm not. I am very much a victim of the tolerance paradox. I cannot tolerate those who don't tolerate others. Like, just take a big old jump off of a short, pier. That sort of thing. It's like, I hate to be the guy who says mean things, but y'all started it first, and I'm not pointing any names. But some people are just really mean to other people for no reason, and it's like, why? You have all of the advantage in the world, and you're picking on people who have never had even close to the advantage you've ever had. And it's terrible. and disgusting. And I think those people should be thrown into a volcano. An active, fiery volcano. But that's just me. I'm not in charge. And realistically, probably shouldn't be. At least not right now. Have a lot of pent up just irritation with the way things are going right now. I think like there's a lot of solutions to a lot of problems that that probably would not pass muster. They'll see the repercussions of their actions. I'm hoping so, Kitty. I don't mean to be, you know, karma police by any stretch.
I'll figure something out. Okay?
But karma will come for them. If you are bad people, karma will come for you. That's all I gotta say about that. Kitty, we should watch Forrest Gump at some point. When was the last time we saw Forrest Gump? There's a Forrest Gump remix that just came out on YouTube that's really makes me nostalgic for how good of a movie that was. Like, they just don't make movies that good anymore. God, I sound like an old man with every word I say. But it's true. Like, seriously. Well, the movies that have come out recently, I don't like movies. But all of the good movies were in the past. You want to watch it with the kids? They haven't seen it yet? Agreed. We should ask the kids if they want to see Forrest Gump. And if they say no, we should tell them that sucks and watch it anyways and make them watch it. It's a great movie. Highly recommended. What was it your mom was saying, Kitty? She hasn't seen Clue. You should you should impress upon her what a good movie Clue is. They've already seen it. What, Forrest Gump? Maybe. I don't know if I've ever seen Forrest Gump playing in the living room, but, you know, what do I know? I'm at work, so I might not see every movie. This is such a relaxing game. I can't promise the next few streams will be relaxing. It'll be a old-timey RPG. It'll feel good to play a game with some meat on its bones. We've been playing a lot of point-and-click adventures lately. They've not exactly been brain thumpers. We haven't really been expanding the old noggin with putt-putt puzzles. That said, they've been fun. But this next game came out several decades ago, so it's probably not going to be quite as hand-holdy as the edutainment game from the same period. They were very much, this is how you do the game. Do the game like this. Do you understand how to do the game? Okay. And some parts of that's refreshing, you know? Sometimes game controls are kind of annoying. Sometimes it's nice just to assume that nobody knows what they're doing when they're playing a video game. She was busy in '85 with 2 kids and managing a restaurant. She wasn't watching grown-up movies in the cinema. That's fair. That's fair. You should watch it now, though. I'm not judging her for not ever seeing it back in 1985. I'm just, you know, now's this, you know, The best time to watch Clue was in 1985. The second best time is tomorrow. But I'm not the movie police. That's just a movie that everybody should watch. Inner wall is good. It looks like the floor needs a little bit of work. Good. What do we have left? Only a few things. Fountain statue. Let's do the whatever this is. So we can finish with the statue. Oh, that's convenient. Yeah, I didn't think this one would take too long. Trust me, that building over there is not a fun thing to do. It's very, very samey, and it's not even like super quirky or anything. So you missed absolutely nothing with the bulk of the main house. It was like so dry to do that part that I ended up like getting bored and doing it over the course of several days. Which I guess is kind of how you could do this game in a lot of ways, but usually I like doing these in one session. When possible. I don't know if that's going to be possible in the future. Like some of these maps are getting really big. I definitely would not have been able to do all of this in one session. I'll say that much. Perfect. And this sprayer is good. I wonder how bad the other sprayer would have been. Because this is all super heavy grime. Hey, look at this. Laura, what have you been doing? I feel like you need to hire a groundskeeper, because while I'm happy to take your money, this is a lot of neglect. Like, seriously. For this much algae to grow, for this much grime and goop, this is deliberate, you know, not sabotage, that's not the right word. Deliberate neglect, criminal neglect. And you need to fire your butler, is what I'm trying to say. Maybe she stole the mansion. Maybe she stole the mansion from a, you know, another thief. I feel like there has to be a middle ground between coated in grime and squeaky clean. Like, I'm not saying she's got to be, you know, here every week with one of her assistants scrubbing this bad boy down. I'm just saying, this is like years and years of... Laura doesn't, you know, it's okay if we don't get the fountain done. It's fine. Laura's often, you know, she's stealing something. I don't know. But she's not going to care. And then Laura comes back from vacation and it's like, I look forward to seeing my statue. I hope you've been taking care of it. Like, someone's going to end up dead if Laura sees the statue in that state of affairs. That's why they hired me. Could be Laura Croft for Halloween. You could be Laura Croft for Halloween, Kitty. I thought we were doing Halloween. Well, we could be. Children are past the age of Halloween going from home to home. That said, I kind of feel like that habit died out a bit during COVID, somewhat. The idea of going to random people's homes, you could dress up for me. Gosh. Gosh. Lewd. Statue's almost done. Roar, power wash my ass. Hello, Sproul. What you doing? I mean, I'm power washing this fish's ass. Is that good? I kind of feel like you don't want to have your ass power washed. I mean, as somebody who's never actually used a proper power wash, I feel like this would be very painful. If you ended up getting your, you know, your sphincter and your anus just completely blasted by a power wash. What's this about Kitty dressing up? We're talking about Halloween. Ah, so much little grit. Sprawl, I'm getting ready to play the Void. That's coming up, not this month. It's coming up in Spooky Month. It's finally happening. Could make a decent Lara Croft. You could. You'd make a decent anything, Kitty. You are, you know, a work of art. She doesn't know who Ayla is. She might know who Ayla is. I made a perler of Ayla. Ayla's the cave woman from Chrono Trigger. Or excuse me, the cave chief, the ancient human chief. Cave woman sounds a bit. Kitty, this was what adolescent Roar liked. This is Ayla. I mean, I don't know if I ever had like a ongoing thing for Ayla, but you can dress as Misty. Did you hear the voice actress from Misty passed? That's sad. And it was the same voice actress for Jessie too, so it's like, that sucks. You posted that? It was posted a lot of places, Sprawl, but thank you. I think you were probably one of the first, though, to be fair. James is inconsolable. James and Meowth too. Almost done with the Lara Croft mansion. Damn it. Almost. We are so close. I don't want to move the stupid ladder again. What's going on, Feelanoid? Roar, who are your video game crushes? Renoa. I mean, how far back are we going? Give me a time frame. All time? Jesus. I don't really have... I don't really have a list prepared. But... I mean, the Sailor Moon Scouts, they were in a video game. Do they count as video game crushes? Look at this. Look at this house. Look at how terrible this house was. This is such a dull house to do. I didn't do this tonight. It was so bad. Who have I whacked off to? Is that not the same question? Winston has been gushing about what a tremendous job you've done finishing his cleaning on the exterior, and I'm excited to see it for myself. You have the deepest intel. In fact, based on this solid intel, I have something else for you. Oh my god. What is this? Her obstacle bike... I can't talk. Her obstacle course and quad bike. I think I'm going to not do that. And I think we're going to go back to Midgar, because I'd like to see how far we can go in the Shinra campaign. Maybe we can finish this one tonight. I say, with 20 minutes left. Hello once again. I trust you've been able to take some of the city. I'm sorry to pull you away from your vacation, but we have another job lined up for you. The nature of this task, however, demands a great deal more discretion than the first we had you perform. Of course, this also means you'll be compensated handsomely for your troubles. One of the specimens from Professor Hojo's lab escaped and made its way to the 60th floor. It was eventually captured in the Mako Energy exhibit, but it refused to go quietly, and the place is coated in a thick layer of biological ooze. I hate ooze! I hate goop! Boo! While we entrusted the floor and walls to our security team, I insisted that someone with a more skilled touch handle the exhibit itself. Gotcha. So, okay, back to the question. Hold on. Reeve wants to talk. Glad to have you in the Shinra building again. This is Pete cosplay. I saw somebody today who apparently a Japanese guy did 4 packs of cigarettes a day. Even though you might not be... This is okay. Shut up. Shut up, Reeve. I don't care. 4 packs. And this was a while ago, I guess, before cigarettes got way expensive. But still, the city's no longer what I hoped it would be. The city sucks. This whole city sucks. Midgar sucks. A terrible darkness has settled over Midgar, and who knows when it will lift, but I digress. Riva's getting all the void in here. He's getting all... He's getting all touchy and what's the word? Poetic. I don't think I've ever dressed up in any sort of cosplay. I know Kitty... Actually? I don't remember if Kitty has or not. What happened in here? Specimen 60 got loose. And it left a bunch of ooze. A bunch of ooze got in the exhibit. And that's why we're here. To clean up the ooze. A big bug got stomped? Oh. Is that what Experiment 60 was? That's kind of funny. So when they say it didn't leave quietly... Oh. Oh, I didn't, I misinterpreted. They blew up the bug, and the bug made a mess. Gotcha. Yeah, that makes way more sense. It says they didn't come quietly. It seems to me that they neutralized the threat all over the exhibit. Never played FF7? Well, you're missing a humdinger of a story, I'll tell you what. You just watched that AGDQ speed run where they summarized the plot as they went. Yeah, that's basically that'll get you the most of it, the important parts of the story. This water is not good for the exhibit. This water, we sprayed down Tifa's bar with water the other day, and everything was wet. So I don't know what to tell you. Maybe we're spraying it all down with isopropyl alcohol. Roar never comes quietly. I do not kiss and tell. Ever. I've never kissed anybody and told anybody about it. We are inside. Where's the water going? There you go. You can read what he's saying. I don't feel like reading what Reeve is talking about, so you can pause if you want to read the story there in the back. Tell us about kissing. I mean, look, it's an expression. A kissing, yes. Coming, no. I would never be so crude. All this goop. All this gross goop. Yes, but see, that's the part I don't tell about. I never talked about, you know, I never talked about my wiener during my duck phase. And I leave any sort of romantic discussion to whatever Kitty is comfortable talking about. I keep my mouth shut. Hey, look at this fucking guy. Get the fuck out of here. Eat piss. Get fucked! Oh, I love that those buttons work. You totally talked about your duck dick once. I don't remember ever talking about my duck dick. I remember talking about it, but I don't remember making any specifications. I had a whole lore, but I wasn't willing to talk about it for a very specific reason. Because anything... Talked about it once before thinking better of it. Well, what did I say? Yeah, I'll because I have a lore, and Kitty will tell you if you're right or wrong. Kitty knows. But I wasn't going to say any of that unless Kitty did, because anything I did would reflect upon Kitty. Because if I was to say that Kitty and I had a healthy sexual relationship, despite being a duck, what does that imply for Kitty? Sure, I pass Harkness. Sure, it was the result of a horrible curse, but you know, I still want to be respectful of my queen of a wife. I mean, it's irrelevant now because I am no longer a duck, but I'm pretty sure the entirety of my discussions were always, I will not discuss my duck wiener. He's a true gentleman. You're a sweetheart, Kitty. Guys, a big round of applause for Kitty. She is just the absolute bee's knees. I'm a cool stick of gum. I think a part of me wants to make the lore into some sort of like slime creature, because you know how much I hate goop. You know how much I hate goop. I'm on record for just despising goop. Well, wouldn't it just be hubris if I was turned into the one thing I hated most in the world? Goop. I don't know. I'm still working on it. I'm still what's the word? I'm still workshopping it. Does the duck hat still have the duck penis? Do you have hats that have penises in them? I don't know if I've ever seen a hat that incorporated a penis in it. It's a real duck. No, it's a hat. That's a hat. I'm on record for saying it's a hat. Just a hat. I remember I had a birthday hat on my birthday. I had a birthday hat on my birthday. It was a different hat. Look on the my birthday stream in July. You can see there's a different hat. No excuses. I have a whole schedule thing. I can tell you point blank that day I had a different hat. You won't. I feel fully confident telling you all this because you ain't gonna do it. But I did it. Also, ladies love gentlemen. Feel annoyed. Coonskin caps are just hats too, but they're formerly living animals with a ween. Yes, but I don't believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe a authentic coonskin cap preserves the penis. Oh my god, is this guy still talking? This guy is jabbering on Reeve in the background. Presumably the tail hole. You guys ever owned a coonskin hat? Or cap, I guess? I feel like I have. But I don't have any concrete memories of owning one. You know what I mean? Maybe it's something that I just saw a bunch of people on TV have, so I just sort of assume I had it. Also, I bet you if I just go like this, just pretty much get everything. Bunch of goop. So anyways, you remember when we were doing the bar, Kitty, and I was telling you about the avalanche terrorists? So do you see like this big 3 here? This is one of the giant reactors that they blew up. You had a fake coonskin cat. The fake ones are probably better since you don't have to like murder a raccoon for it. Tail hole. I mean, it's not wrong in terminology. It's just a little crass. Yeah, he's referring to the anus. Tail hole is what furries call the anus. Oh, did you say tail? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I mean, now you can't use that though because usually they would it would be one word. It would be like tail hole, kind of like asshole. Like you wouldn't write it asshole. It would be one word. So I don't know. I think you're just I think you're pulling our legs. Maybe that's where I thought. Is Avalanche gonna blow up the building I'm in? I don't know how well you heard that, but there was just an explosion in the game. A distant one. It just sounds like some distant rumbling. So it sounds like Avalanche is, yeah, you hear Reese. He's talking in the background. Sounds like an explosion. Can we save Jesse? No. Just heard word about complications with Reactor 1. Hey, is this a good time to tell you that I power washed for a group called Avalanche? They told me about their secret base and how they're... And I think they took credit for blowing up a reactor. Please excuse me, but this issue requires my attention. Yeah, go do your job. All these people spend all their time texting me while I'm power washing. It's like, didn't you hire me for a reason? What is what is Sandy thinking about right there? Which movie is that? Oh, that's the entire Garfield movie. Gotcha. There's still explosions happening. To be fair, this must be before the other level, since Reactor 1 is blowing up right now in this map. Which reactor did they blow up?
As hard as Nagati steel.
Sprawl, you're a sub. You don't have to use your channel points. Which reactor did they blow up in the game? 1? I mean, if you want to use your channel points, knock yourself out, but that's a sub perk. You don't have to. See, you could do something real easy like beat Dick.
I beat the hell out of my little dick again and again and again and again and again and again and again.
Thinks you're a submarine. How do you do it? You do what I just did. The same thing. The same thing you would. Dragon's not a sound effect. It has to be. Not those. No. The same sound effects you would use for playing them through a channel works as an exclamation point. Do I need to play Final Fantasy VII again? The answer is no, right? There's no real reason to play the old Final Fantasy VII. Also, this map sucks. Look at all this tiny little crap you gotta find. In between these tiny little models. Just little crevices. I think if I was going to, it would have to be the remake. And even then, that would... God, the Final Fantasy VII remake that we did took 14 streams, something like that. Hey, we're part of the we're working for Shinra Direct. They should be paying us buku bucks. This is like a contractor job. We better have had like an actual proper contract for this saying, hey, we're going to put a lien on Reactor 4 if you don't pay us properly. Sprawl, have you played Soul Blazer? I guess this question could not... I meant to say Feelanoid, but I could go to Sprawl as well, because I was looking at Feelanoid. Feelanoid, have you played Soul Blazer? I know you played a lot of older SNES games. Did the zoom out thing? I'm not sure why, Feelanoid. That wasn't me. Oh god, look at all that. Anyways, if you didn't hear me, have you played Soul Blazer, Feelanoid? The game Soul Blazer for the SNES. Fair enough. God, they're still blowing up that reactor. I was just curious. I will be playing that game soon, and I know very little about it other than it looks interesting. And it was done by Enix, I think. Whoever did Brainlord, which I think was just straight Enix, right? You played Illusion of Gaia. I think that's why I thought you might have played Soul Blazer, because I know you've played Illusion of Gaia. I know you've at least And you know Final Fantasy VI and Chrono Trigger and all of them, so I didn't know if that was the same category. But then I haven't played it, so, you know, sort of ruins my theory. I did enjoy like the first stream of the Final Fantasy VII remake where it was just Jessie desperately throwing herself against Cloud at every opportunity. Was a pretty entertaining playthrough, I gotta say. What are the other games in the Illusion of Gaia series? I'm unfamiliar. Did they come out in America? I feel like Illusion of Gaia was a game I played a little bit. I don't remember why I stopped playing it. I think it was good. But then, not all of the games from the SNES era were winners. And to each, you know, some games that I thought were amazing, other people might have thought was stupid, gross garbage. I'm sure there's plenty of people that think that Tulip's like one of the worst games ever made. I think it's awesome. I've been power washing for 2 hours. I'm sure a bunch of people think that that's a waste of time. Some people would probably be right. Soul Blazer. Oh, it's part of the Terranigma series? Oh, really? Oh. Well, that changes things. Not a lot, but that makes some new opportunities opened up. Interesting. Unofficial and there's no continuity. Is it one of those things where people are like, this could make sense, and you know, they make their own fan fiction about it? People kept spouting that on Something Awful. Well, goons have terrible opinions, so I don't, you know, we don't necessarily have to trust them. We're at 96% on this one. Well, if you're interested in seeing whatever the sequel was to
This series is nicknamed either Quintet Trilogy, Gaia Trilogy, or Heaven and Earth Trilogy, after Terranigma's Japanese title, which translates to the creation of heaven and earth, by fans.
Interesting. So unofficial, but you know, if you're interested in seeing the unofficial prequel to Illusion of Gaia, we'll be starting that on Tuesday, I think. Reactor 1 still slowly getting pummeled. Maybe there's a fourth game that never got released in America, and that's why they call it a quintet. There was a whole, like, you remember the Lemony Snicket books? There was a whole thing where they were going into like the semantics of triplets and twins and triplets, calling themselves triplets, even though one of their siblings had died, and they go into that a lot, and they bring it up again and again and again. Oh, and also actually that was a spoiler, so I wouldn't want to say that. Quintet is 5. Oh, Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, oh, okay. Well. I don't know then. You remember what I'm talking about, Coyote? That was a good book series. It was depressing book series. That's why I really appreciated doing the audiobook and having Tim Curry read it. Where it's like, it's no less depressing, but at least you got to hear him do funny voices, which is always a perk. Come on, plate 3. Yeah, I don't know if I can ever justify a reread, but a re-listen, absolutely. That said, I don't know if you even need to do that anymore, because isn't like the Netflix one really good? Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Enix published them, but the developer's name was Quintet. Ah, that makes sense. Well, apparently the whole thing about Soul Blazer is... Am I on the right one? I'm not. But the whole thing about Soul Blazer is that you are basically... You're saving the world, bog standard, every Super Nintendo RPG from the time, but instead of, like, the world being there, you, like, unlock the world as you go along. So you, like, beat up a boss and it unlocks, like, a tavern or something, or you unlock, like, an old lady. And I'm like, you know what? That sounds kind of fun, because when you normally play an RPG and you go into a town, who cares? Like, you don't want to talk to every stupid idiot in towns. Like, no, only a few people are going to have useful information, especially on, like, your third replay or something. But regardless, what I'm trying to say is, I feel like it'd be a lot more interesting if it's like, oh, I just unlocked old lady with info. I want to go talk to her now. It actually gives you a reason to talk to people. I don't know. It looks interesting, and I've been meaning to play it for years. I'm going to be playing a couple games that I've been meaning to play for years in the near future. I'm really looking forward to The Void. I've been putting it off for a very long time, and I don't know if I'll be able to do it any proper sort of justice, and it's certainly not going to be the most exciting game that's ever been on this stream, but it's a game that I feel needs to be experienced. What is left? A bunch. What? There we go. Like very close on these. There we go. Let's get the other spotlights. So what's the point of this room exactly? An energy exhibit. So is this just a room to sort of, you know, jay off on how cool Shinra is? Like, why did they build this room? Is this where they bring investors in? Like, we heard you're interested in Shinra Energy. Would you like to see a, you know, a model? We would love to show you a model of our installation. We unfortunately can't show you the model today because it's being power washed. A big bug got in and we blew it up. That's the power of Shinra. Wait, crap, damn it. We're kids in the nice neighborhoods. Bring kids to show kids why. Oh, so it's like the science center. So it's like they bring them down here so they can hear a little bit of propaganda on why Shinra's #1. As long as they don't ask any weird questions about why the buildings blew up the other day. That was just the eco-terrorists. It's fine. Sometimes they blow up the facility. It is what it is. Gotta get underneath them. The unspoken brag that they own it all. I mean, they do own it all. They obviously don't care about it all if they're willing to drop part of the shell onto the slums. They don't seem to care about what's underneath, although I guess that's the point, isn't it? They've never cared about the people down in the slums. Except for Avalanche. Did we get them all? There we go. A whole bunch of stuff from up above. I love hearing the little dings of all the, like, tiny little crap we unlock. What can they even use their money for? Base walls. What? Oh. What do I have left to do on these? Oh. It's got some grime, that's fine. We were just mostly done on these.
The St. Louis Zoo has a building that features and talks about insects and spiders and such. Sponsored by Monsanto.
That's... You know, Monsanto used to have a, I think they had a ride at Disneyland, didn't they? Like we're providing for the future now, kind of a ride. Like, Adventures on the American Farm. Monsanto's just kind of been everywhere, haven't they? Disney doesn't really do as many corporate sponsorships for their attractions anymore, mostly because most corporations don't necessarily want to sponsor attractions. It doesn't necessarily see the big turnaround that I guess you used to in the 80s. Now, there are a few exceptions, like places like, you know, General Motors will always be sponsoring, or some car company will always be sponsoring Test Track, that sort of thing. But yeah, for the most part, corporations wanting to be part of the game, and other corporations all too happy to take the money. Narrow towers. What are we seeing? You gotta find the one thing that's glowing. I saw it. I have a feeling that the water is probably not super harmful for the it's not super harmful for the model. I have a feeling it's going to be just fine. How many animals did you pet today? I pet Truvy. I definitely pet Finn. Finn was all over the place. I think I pet Mark a little bit. Mark has been hanging out with Kitty's mom for the most part, but at least 2. Say that much. You're very close on this one. Do I have any, like... do? Do I have any, like... I have metal cleaner. Does this count as metal? It does count as metal. Reload, and then there's an ad. Oh, yeah, there should... I guess the ad... the pre-roll ran out. I pet at least 2. I pet Truvy, and I definitely pet Finn. This soap sucks. Let's... I'm not a fan of the soap. What's... I can't see what's blinking. I think it's supposed to be your first coat. I thought the thought process was you're supposed to save it for the end when you're like just got a little bit of grit left. I don't know. Every time I use it, it's apparently the wrong time, and it definitely wasn't working now, so... I generally just don't worry about the soap at all. It doesn't end up being all that useful at the end of the day. Come on, just a little more. There's some more. There we go. Okay. Next. How about building Sector 7 outskirts? I kind of wish that the hit detection was a little better for some of this, but I guess it makes sense that it wants you to be relatively close. It's shortcuts, and it's not even particularly good shortcuts, or at least not in my experience. It's very much like... The most enjoyment I've seen out of using soap is, like you said, at the beginning when it just gets a whole bunch off all at once. But that's pretty much it. It's just more of a visual than anything else. It doesn't actually do a whole lot. Like, if you point blast it at a super dirty screen, yeah, it's gonna get a lot of dirt off. But you could just as easily... you know, power wash it for 2 seconds and do just as much damage. I don't know. It seems like a shortcut that does not end up actually saving all that much time. Come on, you reactor. There we go. Next. Shinra building exhaust pipes. No idea where that is. Possibly up above? Like, I'm not seeing any glowing. Did I actually get it? I did not. I don't know where the exhaust pipes actually are. There's one. Sometimes it's just easier just to sort of spray wildly in the direction of some of the pipes, and you're gonna get something because we've got like a few things to get over here. Like, you'd think if you just slammed a whole bunch of soap onto this general area it would do more good, but it does not. What else can I look up? What else can I get? Sector 1 outskirts. Let's get these big areas. There we go. awfully dramatic on the lo-fi channel today. Sector 5 plate. Bit over the top for the lo-fi girl, but I'm not here to tell her business. Sector 4 plate. What about you? Sector 3 plate's good. Sector 2 plates. This map is misleading on how difficult you'd think it would be. With all these little nooks and crannies. We're getting there, though. Somewhere down here there's some grit. Where's the grit? There it is. There's the grit. Sector 4 Mako reactor. Perfect. I think we got this section 2. I don't think either of us are either thing. I think rooks are like birds, right? You didn't say nook, so I don't know. I didn't say rook, I mean. So I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm getting to the point where I'm so close. I'm getting sleepy, so I gotta get to the point where I start saying things and I'm just like, what am I even talking about? I clean this. This is what I need. Perfect. Next. How was your I might have asked you this already, Feelanoid, but how was your Sunday? Was it everything you wanted it to be? What am I missing? Base wall small dividers. It's these things. Base wall. There it is. Are you finished up, Stray? Nice. Did you enjoy Cat Game? Cat Game was good. I wish it would have been better, but it was good. I wish it would have been more about Cat. But, you know, for what it was fun. Where's the... I need some blinking. Where's my flashing? Like, none of this is flashing. Oh, there it is. I see it. Sector 0, narrow towers. Where's Sector 0? This? God, this map is a doozy. Honestly, I think they had to rush it because you do Sector 1 and 7, the slums, and you leave in Chapter 8, and then you just rush you off outside. And Midtown, Chapter 10, is abominably laid out. I miss The first section of that game was so good. When you like, when you're just being a cat before you like find anything. Shinra piping. Shinra build. How many Shinra build? There it is. And Sector 0 narrow towers. Which are where? Here's some narrow towers. There we go. Oh god, you can hear more explosions happening. All right, let's watch the quick play. There we go. Look at this. Look at this. I love this. I could watch these all day. It shows how terribly inefficient I am, but public security believes the incident at Reactor 1 was the work of the eco-terrorists known as Avalanche. Hey, I did a job for them. I can't imagine why anyone would endanger the lives of their fellow citizens, least of all those who claim to respect all life. But conversely, perhaps Shinra needs to ask itself where its faults in all of this lies. Reeve? That's traitor talk. Forgive me, this isn't your problem. Instead, let me congratulate you on your power washing. It's always been a pleasure working with you. Thanks, Reeve. Oh, God. Next time I gotta wash this stupid thing. But that'll be for another night. It is past time, and I am a sleepy boy. So I think I'm gonna call it a night. There's a button. Thanks for hanging out. I will see you all later. As mentioned previously, we're going to do some Soul Blazer. So if you are interested in checking out the beginning of that whole series, I know I am. I'm actually more interested now because I've had a inkling of getting back into Illusion of Gaia. This will get me to do it. That's a thing for later, though. I will see you on another evening, like Tuesday. Till then, have a good night. Bye!
Thanks for your time.